Okay, just when you think you have your freaking bench set up in the right spot, you find out that you don't. Matter of fact, pull it up just a little more. We'll try that. Oh boy, cardio is whooping my ass right now. It is whooping my ass. I will admit it. Um, I only did 12 minutes today. That is it. Of course, it was fairly intense. My heartbeat was around 165, 170 the whole time, so I was working pretty good. Um, but it's something I'm just gonna have to ease into. The same thing has to be said with my diet because I had a slip up yesterday. Again, I got in here later than normal, 2 days in a row, but yesterday I got in here later than normal, so my dinner was pushed back, and I didn't get my first protein shake in time. Um, so after I worked out, it was I think it was like 8 o'clock by the time I got home, or a little after, and I tried to sneak in a quick dinner, and the cravings got to me. And I will admit, and there wasn't nothing bad, but I had a protein bar that is pretty high in carbs. It's like almost 40 grams of carbs. So that was a slip up right there. It was. But let me throw in the 45 one real quick. So yeah, this is something I'm gonna have to just kind of ease into. It's when you're dieting like this, it's something you can't just quit cold turkey. Or at least in my opinion, it can make it harder. I've kind of learned if you ease into it, um, it makes the process much smoother. The transition from doing a bulk, eating whatever you want, to being extremely strict. Like if you just try to completely 180 that process without easing into it, that I feel like that's why a lot of people can't stick to it. It's too much of a drastic change too quick. So I think easing into it is a better method, and that's why you afford yourself 12 weeks of dieting or even longer. If you were trying to cut and get crazy diced and shredded in 1 week, it would make sense if you kind of completely 180 your diet and was extremely strict, pretty much just ate nothing but chicken and drank water. But that's not how it works. It takes time, and that's why you can kind of afford yourself. Again, this is just my opinion, but you can afford yourself to ease into it. So if I have a misstep here and there the first 2 or 3 weeks, as long as generally I'm sticking to it and my intentions are pure, I'm trying to stick to it. It's all right if you slip up every now and then, but when you start getting later into the diet, um, that's when you can't afford those missteps. By that point, you should be getting used to, eating clean, and it should be becoming more natural, and it should be easier. It's never easy, but easier, because you've already had some weeks in of the prep. So, and the same thing with training, you got to ease it to the stuff. Let's keep warming up though. I don't like that. Slight elbow pain. It's not that bad, but obviously, you know, ideally, I would like to have no pain. I'm gonna do this again, and then we'll work up to 3 plates. Honestly, I might not go much heavier than that today. If 3 plates feels okay, I might throw like a 10 on each side, but nothing crazy. Okay, I still think this is why it's important to take your time warming up and really don't just go through the motions, really feel what you're doing. Because I thought I had my bench after moving it the first time in the right spot, but um, having a lot heavier weight on here, you can really feel when something doesn't feel right even more because obviously you're struggling that much more with more weight. And I felt that this was off a little bit. So matter of fact, I kind of want to try it again because I do think I'm going to add a 10 on each side. I don't know, at least do one set, and then we'll go from there. But you know what? Let me try this again because I want to make sure I have this in the right spot, or at least just where it feels good. I honestly can't tell. I cannot tell. Now it kind of feels like I'm slightly. God damn it. Okay. I moved it back like a quarter inch. I think that's going to be good. So, let's just throw a 10 on. Worst case scenario, the set sucks. But that's why we do more than one. So, let's just throw a 10 on and I'll try it. I thought I had not the perfect song, but the perfect song for how I'm feeling right now to do this set. But now that it's playing, I want to find something different. So, yeah, let's try this one. I don't know. You ever had those days where like no song really sounds good? At least for what I'm trying to get out of it, Let's just try it. Fuck it. A little tender. Now, other than that, I do think that's a PR on incline with this. Wait. Now I don't want to. I don't want to say too much because sometimes I'll go back and count. I'm off like a rep or two, but I think that was 10. So let me just say like this: if that was 10, that was a PR. And strangely enough, like I was really just trying to control the weight. That's my main focus right now with my training, just really feeling it rather than use momentum and stuff. But like if I wanted to get crazy, I definitely think I could have done at least one more rep. Sped my reps up a little bit, and I think that would have afforded me one more at least. So that's cool. Again, it's not all about the PRs, but when you hit one, I mean that's always cool. I don't care who you are, dude. It is always cool to hit a PR, whether it's a 1 rep max or a rep PR. It's always cool. It's always a good feeling. But let's just do two more sets. Um, well, yeah, let me just do two more, and then I'll just go from there because, like with my elbow doing this, that slight little pain I'm having. I got triceps today too, so I'm gonna have to maybe adjust a few things if this doesn't. I won't say if it doesn't get better because it's not bad, but if it starts to get worse, I'm definitely gonna have to adjust a few things. So let's just do a couple more here, and I'll go from there. I think that was 10 again. Fuck yeah, dude. Let's just do one more. Probably a drop set, and then I'll try some triceps. So far, it feels like this is going to be okay. It's not going to get bad, but you never know. So, come on. Okay, let's do a little drop set. In my opinion, if you're not utilizing drop sets, you're missing out on unlimited amount of gains because it's a great way to keep the set going in a sense, but then also lighten the weight. So your joints are kind of getting saved. You're putting more focus and emphasis on the muscles themselves because again, you're taking some weight off, but it's like, you know, immediately after doing a heavier set. So it's just a great way, in my opinion, to get extra reps without having to go crazy heavy or whatever. But all right, let me shut up and do this. Okay. The elbow actually feels pretty good. I think my adrenaline's kind of masking it a little bit, which probably isn't going to be a good thing if I get too crazy here. But let's just flip the bench around. I'm going to stay right here and do the Smith machine skull crushers that I've been doing because I really like them. I'll be honest, that didn't feel great on my elbow. Mm, I may have to switch. Maybe to switch to something else. Let me wait a couple minutes and see. I don't know yet. Because that felt really good, other than the fact that there's whatever's going on here. Alright. I'm going to try one more at this weight. And if my elbow still is giving me just that little slight discomfort, I mean, I was going to do 3 sets. That ought to be 2 down. I'd probably just lighten the weight a little bit and try to do the third set a little lighter, go even slower, and then just do as many reps as I can. So, like right now, it feels fine. It's just, it feels like inflammation. That's what it feels like. But you never know. I mean, it could be several things. So, all I can do, I'm gonna go really slow in these reps. No sudden, uh, jerky movements, because that's when injury is most likely going to happen, when you're doing quick, explosive, sudden movements. So as long as I control the weight pretty good, I think I should be fine. It just might be a little uncomfortable. But I mean, like, one set, my triceps are already burning like crazy. So I want to try to, like, you kind of have to pick and choose your battles. And I feel like this is one exercise where, again, the pain isn't crazy. It's just a little sharp pain, slightly uncomfortable. But I feel like the payoff is well worth it, because this exercise, like, my triceps are they're one of my better body parts. So, like, honestly, a lot of tricep movements, they don't feel, not that they feel bad, but it's just hard for me to get a good pump with my triceps. But this exercise right here, for whatever reason, does great for that. It gives me a great pump. So, again, I feel like it's just an exercise that's worth trying to push through a slight amount of pain. Obviously, I would not recommend doing this if it was significant pain. But yeah, you kind of have to pick and choose, and I feel like this is worth it. So let's just try one more. All right, I swear I'm not just saying this so I can get away with doing one more with this weight. I swear I'm not. But that did feel better. It felt better. So, again, I was going pretty slow, you guys seen. So yeah, let's just try one more, man. All right, let's move on to some more chest. Fucking get up. So last chest day, I finished with pec deck. It was the very last thing I did on chest. So just to switch things up today, let me move my mic to the other side. Just to switch things up today, obviously I'm going to do pec deck as my second chest movement, and then I'll probably, if I can, the cables are pretty popular here, so it just depends if I can squeeze in there. The last chest movement, I'll do the seated cable fly on the cables. You know, just small little nuance changes like that over time can really build up to some big differences, some big gains. And then, you know, I'm sure a lot of you heard the quote Arnold said, you got to shock the muscle. Well, just switching the order in which you do things sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes can be enough to shock your muscles, you know. If you say for 3 or 4 chest workouts in a row, like I said, you finished with the pec deck as your last movement, and then, like I said, 3 or 4 workouts later, you throw pec deck in as a second movement rather than the last one. Just little small nuance changes like that can, over time, you know, it can benefit you, you know. And again, sometimes it requires a little more of a shock to your muscles than that, but I would say more times than not, just little small changes like that can make a difference and will make a difference. Anyways, let's just shut up here and do a set. I want to get some big ass titties, you know. Okay. Two more. Two more like that. You know what? I'm not gonna let my ego get in the way here. I can definitely. I mean, I just did 2 sets. You guys seen it. I can definitely max out this machine and get some good sets in. But it gets to the point where, like, about halfway through, it's so it gets to be so challenging that I start recruiting other muscles, and it takes away the some of the focus and isolation off of my chest, and that's not what I want. Um, like I always say, I get my heavy lifting on the compound stuff, so, and I hit a PR today, so it's like, why am I trying to not? I wouldn't even say I'm going too heavy, but it's just I don't need to at this point. You know what I'm saying? I think I'll get better results and more of what I'm looking for. And I didn't even go crazy lighter. I just went up 2 notches. But if I go just a little bit lighter here, and I can take that recruitment of the other muscles out and just isolate and focus on my chest a little more, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do, you know. So it's just, you can't let your ego get in the way of what you're trying to do in here. And again, I'm looking at myself when I say that through the mirror. So it's just, yeah, it's just something that I got to get better about. And again, like, I can max this machine, I can do it, but it's I feel like it just takes away from what I'm trying to do just a little bit, and that little bit can be a world of difference. So, anyways, We might just make this a one big, giant drop set here too. We'll just see how this first one goes though. Okay. Yeah. Let's do at least a couple. Maybe even a little more than that. Okay. I was contemplating doing one more, but I think that's enough. I think that's enough. Let's move on and try another tricep. Okay, we're just gonna focus on really controlling and squeezing each rep for the remainder of this workout. I'll do like 3 sets here. I might try to go up in weight just a little bit. It'll just depend how this feels. And then move on to one more chest exercise. And we might be done after that. We'll see. But let's just get going on this. For whatever reason, I really felt that. Holy crap. Yeah, I think 2 more sets like that and we'll be good here.
I'm still done for. Okay. I kind of
Went into a trance there for a minute. That was almost like an out of body experience. That was weird. Okay. One more. Let's do one more here. Let me refocus here. Holy shit. Okay. I wasn't planning on doing a drop set here. I don't know. It just feels right. So let's do one. Okay. We're done with triceps. No more triceps today. Let's just stay right here. Do some quick cable flies. We'll do it probably at the mid level, right at my head. Hit the mid. Maybe let a slight decline to hit the lower chest a little bit. And then, like I said, that might be it. Oh, okay. Oh, man. Let's do exactly what I done on pec deck. Do at least a couple drop sets here. That's it. Oh man. Yeah, that's it. Oh man. I think that. Hang on. I'm gonna grab my water because I am pretty thirsty. I think that I may have come to a revelation today because there was a couple sets on the pec deck and the cable flies when I was, I lightened the weight from what I normally do, and I really try to make an emphasis of taking out those extra muscles that I kind of recruit into the lift whenever I do go a little heavier, and strictly just focus on getting that stretch in my chest and then flexing the weight up through my chest. And whenever I did that, I noticed that I did feel it way more. Which I mean, this kind of isn't really nothing that I'm revealing that's out of this world, but I did feel it way more in my chest, and it kind of made me reconsider how I approach, or at least how I'm going to approach uh, all my accessory chest exercises from here on out. Because again, like I can go heavier on a lot of the on the pec deck on the cable flies, and it looks cool and all that. But am I really working my chest? Am I really isolating my chest as much as I can? Probably not when I start upping the weight. And again, I just noticed whenever I backed it down just a little bit, nothing crazy, but just a little, and I really focused on, like, I was really trying to make an emphasis of pushing my chest, just like when I'm bench pressing, pushing my chest through and up through my ribs almost. And at that peak contraction, I was really squeezing my chest as hard as I could, and I did feel it way more, dude, like way fucking more. So it's something I'm going to reevaluate and think about, and try to determine if for a while, and this is like the perfect time to try this because I'm cutting, so it'll kind of work good together to dial the weight back a little bit and see if I notice any changes in my chest. Just see, but yeah, man, and my elbow feels better, so it's turned out to be a pretty good workout. Let's just lose the shirt and do some posing. I think that's going to be it today. I know it's not a lot of posing, but I'm just trying to build up to some really intense posing. Oh man, trying to throw up on myself here. But yeah, I'm just trying to build up to some really intense posing the leaner I get. And actually try to build somewhat of a routine, a posing routine. But yeah, man, that is it for today. I feel really good about what I did. Got a great workout. Tomorrow, be back here for shoulders and possibly a little bit of back. Um, I'll see how my elbow feels. If my elbow's still kind of bothering me, I might just hit shoulders tomorrow. But yeah, man, let's call that today.